this way because John never used the word immortality. But he was talking immortality. He talked about the word of life or the word of eternal life, which is the same thing as immortality. But eternal life almost has an ethereal sound to it, as if it doesn't include the body.
Yes.
And I love what Maurice just said.
Right.
Immortality carries more of a connotation of including the body.
Yes.
Because it speaks of mortality being swallowed up with immortality. Especially in our culture, when you hear immortality, you're thinking of a body at least.
Yes.
Now, maybe you have a perverted view of what that body looks like because we've been taught immortals are werewolves and zombies and vampires and all that kind of a thing. But at least it includes some kind of a body.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
I'm going to have a body.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And so...
And listen, don't believe that all the zombie movies are not, don't have an allure to them because of that.
No,
Because God has put eternity in our hearts.
in the hearts of everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. If we were created to live and never die, if we were created to be immortal, within our wiring is some kind of subconscious knowledge of that. And even should a section of the earth reject God, they're still going to be filled with this imagination or desire for immortality or eternal life. And so their imaginations are going to be filled with living forever. Right?
Yeah.
Death is going to affect everybody, whether they believe or not. The death that's in the world affects the thoughts of people, whether they believe or not. And so within our minds, we could begin thinking about how, man, isn't it great if death could be conquered? Now, if we don't understand the resurrection, and we don't understand God conquered the death in the flesh of Jesus, we begin coming up with our own ways that death can be conquered. Right? And then we write movies, or we write plays, or we write books that describe some form of immortality. Right? And people are like, oh. I was just watching a vampire and werewolf movie the other day. The Underworld series, Lycans and something else. Well, they would capture some of the humans, the vampires, and the vampires had the werewolf people as their slaves. And so they would capture some of the humans from the town, like, peasants or whatever, and they would bring them in and have one of their slave werewolves bite them so that they would become werewolves and could become slaves. Well, some of the peasants didn't want that. And so the head vampire guy's all telling them, I gave you a gift, man. I gave you immortality. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that God gave the world a gift, and the gift was immortality. Now, it doesn't look like a werewolf kind of immortality or a vampire kind of immortality, but the head vampire was trying to tell the human person, listen, you should be happy that we're turning you into this werewolf because I've given you the gift of immortality.
Yeah, I think what's happening is Satan is taking the immortality and saying, look at what it looks like here. This is what immortality looks like. Think about that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what our immortality is going to look like. We're going to shine like the sun.
Yeah.
That's what that's going to be like.
Yes, we're going to shine like the sun.
Because to tell you the truth,